and welcome. Today we're going to make a flower press to preserve some of those beautiful spring flowers that you can use all year long. You don't have to have any tools or really any skill to make this flower press. You're just going to go to your local hardware store and find a pegboard. They come in 2-foot by 4-foot sections. This particular piece here is 1 foot by 2 foot. So what I did was I just asked them to cut that down into 4 bits for me. So I had 4 1-foot by 2-foot lengths. So you can actually make 2 flower presses out of 1 pegboard, but we're only going to make 1 today, and that's fine. The next thing you're going to need is a 3.5 inch by 1/2 inch number 20 bolt. Okay, and these are also available right there at the hardware store. If you say that you're looking for a 3.5 inch number 20 bolt, they'll take you to the drawer. You only need 4 of them. They cost about 20 cents a piece. On your pegboard, I don't want you to put the bolt through the very corner, because that's going to put a lot of stress on this corner when we tighten it up. So you're going to go in to the second hole, and at the beginning you're going to have to sort of really work it through, but once you've used this press a few times, that hole will loosen up for you very nicely. And you can see I have the other 3 bolts already in. Okay, the next thing that you're going to have, well, in a bit, you're going to have to buy 4 wing nuts. You want to make sure that you buy the wing nuts at the same time as you get the bolt. That way you can test it and make sure that you have the right ones. Wing nuts are a lot easier to tighten than regular bolts, and that's why I really like them. Okay. The next thing we're going to need is some cardboard. So just get some corrugated cardboard. I'm suggesting 6 sheets, but you can use as many or as you have, or make more, it doesn't matter. Okay. Now the cardboard is 12 inches wide, so it fits in your entire press, but notice I have not made it 24 inches long because it has to have room for these bolts. So this piece of cardboard is actually 20.5 inches long. So that's the closest you're going to get to measuring. If this isn't the exact fit, it doesn't matter, as long as it's the majority of this space in here. And you have plenty of boxes from all the online shopping you've been doing, so just set them aside. Okay. The next thing we need is some wax paper. I like the sheets here, but if you have it on the roll, you can just rip off the roll, and that's fine. Okay. And I've done some earlier today, and these are pansies, and about 10 minutes ago, this plant looked like this one. Okay, and you think, oh, this is horrible to cut all these little tiny flowers off. You know, I'm killing the plant. No, actually what you're doing is you're sending a signal to the plant to put out more flowers, because it wants to attract pollinators, and so you will be amazed. The more you cut, the more they'll grow. And you certainly don't have to keep it in the pot. You can go right outside into your yard and just take a little dish, a flat dish out there with your scissors, and cut them off right out in the yard. I just keep them in the pot because then I can just bring the whole thing in and take care of it in the house. So it only takes a few minutes, and I will tell you that this season, this is already my 4th cutting from this plant, and I cut them all the way back. So when you lay the pansies down, notice that I'm laying them face down. Okay? And you can put them as close as you can without overlapping. Okay? Sort of like cookies on the cookie sheet. You don't want them quite touching, but you don't have to leave much room for spreading. Let's pretend we filled this whole tray. This whole layer. You're going to just put another sheet of wax paper over top and get another piece of cardboard. Put that down and just press firmly. Okay? And you'll just keep layering as much as you have flowers. When you get done with your flowers for the day, you're going to take your top layer of pegboard and slot that into place. put your wing nut on and tighten it up. Now, as I were to get more flowers in here, of course this would get taller. And you may decide that you want, a shorter bolt or a longer bolt. I've found that any bolts longer than this just get really annoying to tighten and loosen. And then if I have shorter bolts, I just feel like I can't get enough in the press. So you do not have to have the whole thing filled to start pressing. And you can come back anytime and lift this off and add more layers for new batches. It takes about 2 weeks to finish your pressed flowers. And when you're done, you can do lots of things with them. I'm just going to show you one product that I did. And that's the top of this table here. So this is some pansies from last year. And I just put them on this table with a little bit of that great Mod Podge stuff and sealed them into place. But you can make bookmarkers, you can decorate picture frames, you can slip them into letters when you write to people, or for a happy birthday. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that you make your own flower press. You can do pansies and leaves, ferns, anything that has a flat profile to it, and try some other things too. Try rose petals, try hydrangea petals. Just give everything a chance. About 2 weeks, check it out, and then see how it is. Okay? To preserve them when you're done, just lift them off the press. You can leave them in your press if you want, or you can put them in plastic containers that are airtight. So I hope you had fun today. I certainly did, and thanks a lot for watching. This is Sandy McVeigh, and how to make your own flower press.